Gracious God, Father, we thank you for your grace, we thank you for your mercy. God, we thank you for the opportunity to gather collectively as a community. And it's in this moment I pray for your ongoing wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as my colleagues and I prepare to deliberate on business that ultimately affect our people. We ask a special blessing upon the great city of Miami Gardens. We pray that you continue to bless its residents, stakeholders, and everyone that has something to do with this city that we call home. Father, if you do these things for us, we promise we'll give you all the praise, honor, and glory that your precious name deserves. It is in your Son's name I do pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need the approval of the minutes.
Motion.
Second. Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Clerk show the minutes approved. We're on order of business. Are there any items that need to be added and needed withdrawn from the agenda?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
as a follow-up to our conversation, item 14.1, city address, we're going to move that to the end of the agenda after park officers' reports, so that after the state of the city of New Jersey.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
for my special presentation, they're running behind, and we look back and they're running in the agenda.
Yes. All right, I need a motion on the agenda.
Motion.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Showing none. Show the agenda passes. There's no special presentations until the arrival. We are on public comments. First up will be Ms. Pat Wright, Linda Mobley, will be next, and then Ms. Gail Cunningham.
Good evening, my name is Pat Wright. I reside at 1221 Northwest 179th Street. I was looking at the agenda, I was wondering if that 12th Avenue was the Enrico Farmhouse?
12th Avenue?
You have something on the agenda for that? I just got the agenda, so I wasn't sure if that was.
No, I don't think that's dealing with, yeah, that's not dealing with Enrico Farmhouse.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
city clerk, they said they can't hear online.
Check right.
I got somebody take a look at the live stream.
Hello, good evening. I want to make a correction. My name is Linda Mobley Schofield. I reside at 3261 Northwest 213th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. I want to talk about the wall. I'm representing the North County Citizen Association. I was given the project with the support of the former Council Shane Campbell, our board members, Rusty Oates, Steve Williams, Carlos Jackson, Reverend Carlos Jackson, and Eloise Jackson, who is no longer with us, she's deceased. Her property is on the wall. We did the work, going to each property owner. I even went to Coconut Grove to locate one of the property owners. We have completed one task, our task. I know you have at least two proposals. The Deputy City Manager, Mr. Craig Clay, have been working with me on this project. He has introduced me to Wendy Wilson from the Legal Service of Greater Miami to assist us in moving forward, which we greatly appreciated that. On this project, I would just like to know why the wall on 27th Avenue, which is on 215th Street to 208th Street across from Calder's Casino is not on the agenda today. The citizen need answers, not excuses. If you can do one wall, and I know Council Katrina Wilson did that, I'm alumni of Paris City, I appreciate that wall, it was done. So I think we need to move on, it's been years, and it needs to be done. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Schofield? Somebody can see you. Tell you about it. Ms. Cunningham? And then it'll be Ms. Hughes and John Ziegler.
Good evening. Yellow Cunningham, 19001, Northwest 14th Avenue, Road, 9 Lawrenceburg, 33169. We're about to embark on another campaign season. It will begin very shortly in the 26th year, not only here in the city of Miami Gardens, but throughout the United States. It is very, very important that all of us take part in it. I just want to say to the council, let's make this year different. Let's not have chaos at the library. Let's make sure that the people understand that the grave how grave it is, that they do their research. When you have all of your posters all over the city and all your flyers, and riding to our homes on the golf carts, and coming to our homes, leaving messages on our ringer, please. The question that we have of all the new people that may be sitting there in 2, 4, and 6, for those of you who will remain in 1, 3, and 5, please let them know. Our question is, why or do we know you? If we don't know you, why don't we know you? What have you done and what are you doing? We don't want to know what you will do because we should already know you and what you have done in order to put that application in to say, I want to represent you. So there should be no one new to us. And please, when you speak to them, let them know that we're not idiots. We're the voters. We're the voters, and it makes a difference on that day, and it makes a difference throughout. We want transparency. We want communication. We understand what you're responsible for in your charter, in our charter. But we want to be heard. We want collaboration. We want them to know that what we're asking for is concerns. We don't complain. We have concerns. But we want, once we vote, we don't just go away. All the good things and celebration and everything that's there, we want to see that, but we're not a party city. We want to see that as a city. So again, remind them when you go to their doors that we're not idiots. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cunningham.
Good evening, Council. Reed Hughes, 3335 Northwest 180th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. Yes, it's been almost 9 months from the date of March 26, 2025, when residents were referred to as idiots by these Zayas in the lobby of the City Hall. Following the March 26 incident, it was again addressed in April during a meeting Monday where the council member stated, I apologize, but I am not sorry. A non-apology. By all 7 of you being complicit with this type of behavior from the dais, where is there no ethical accountability from the presiding officer? History is bound to repeat itself. Residents have noticed and have shared great concerns of the growing influx of trailers, boats, accessory dwelling units, and tents in the city. While we are aware privacy fences are allowed with the issuance of a permit, many have been installed and are continuing to be installed illegally. Privacy fences conceals the view of illegal structures being built, vehicle repair shops, trailers hooked up, etc. in the rear of one's property. Once code enforcement has abided by their policies, issuing citations, placing liens on property, appearing in special investors court, it's out of their hands. As our public elected officials, you were voted to serve as our legislative body for setting policy, passing local laws, voting on resolutions, amending the charter, etc. Residents are urging you to take necessary and appropriate action to address these major concerns within our city. Thank you, and wish you all a safe holiday.
Same to you, Ms.
John Ziegler, 18501 second floor, Miami Gardens. Some of you may not know, but I've been a part of this community since the beginning. I've worked with, starting with Chief Boyd and many other chiefs that's come along the way. Anyway, I just want to say that I think that Chief Pratt is doing an outstanding job. Some of her officers, I think Officer Yerby is part of the PAL program, and I'd like to donate $500 to the PAL program if Chief or Deputy Chief could come and get that. And also would like to donate $500 to the toy drive and Officer Harris. Now, I no longer do the Christmas party. I just told the commission that I got too fat and too old, so I don't do that any longer. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Ziegler. No leftovers?
Yeah, I got another one.
No.
Them was scratch offs.
We're gonna get that to Lisa. Get that to Lisa.
Mr. Clerk, do you have any written communication?
No written communication, Mr. Mayor.
You got a card? Come on, you can come.
I'm not finished. I'll give it.
Make sure you fill that out, though.
I will. Good evening. Francis Rago, 889 Northwest 214th Street, number 102 Miami Gardens, Florida, 33169. I'm here to speak against agenda item 9.1. My first question is, why did Orange Bowl wait until the last minute?
Mr. Ragu, fill that card out, give it to him. 9.1 is a public hearing, so we'll hear your plea on that. All right, are there any other written communication?
No, there are no written communications, Mayor.
Showing no other written communication, public comments are now closed.
All right, we're on to item 8, ordinances on first reading. Item 8.1, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Chapter 34, Article 12, Section 34-377 of the City of Miami Gardens Code of Ordinance to regulate paved driveway approaches on residential property, providing for adoption of representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing a severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the City Manager.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, council members, vice mayor. Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind, I'd just like to give a brief narrative on 8.1 through 8.4, and then we can take them individually if you don't mind.
Yes.
Okay. As you know, a number of these issues that are before you today have been issues that have been brought to our attention over the past several years regarding neighborhoods, businesses, commercial properties, and things of that nature. Each of these items addresses something in regards to to one of those issues and to one of those problems, with the hope that this improves our commercial areas and it also improves our neighborhoods. We'll provide a brief presentation for each, but I just want to say overall, thank you to the council because of some of the things that you brought to our attention, some of the things that we get from the neighborhoods and things of that nature from folks who are complaining about certain things in the neighborhood. We are addressing them through these additional ordinances that will be before you today. Having said that, I would like to turn it over to Mr. Clay, Deputy City Manager, to address each ordinance before you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor
Okay.
Harris. Vice
I'm
Mayor.
sorry, one second, Mr. Well, if we're gonna take them all together, I don't have, we're gonna,
take 'em
one,
all.
one,
We can't. I don't know if we can. Can we?
Can't.
I said we're going to take them separately, but I just want to give an overview of why they're on the agenda.
gotcha. Okay, so then I can say my remarks for after the overview.
After.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Go ahead, Mrs. Clay.
I already read 8.1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council. Item 8.1, this is an amendment to Chapter 34, Article 12, concerning driveway approaches. The ordinance already places this requirement on new construction. The amendment will make sure that we are including existing residential properties in the ordinance. what we're looking to do is make sure that we are minimizing damage to our infrastructure in our swales and in our right-of-ways. The lack of a paved approach causes damage to or tearing away to the edges of our streets as vehicles transition from the property to the street and vice versa. So that's 8.1.
I'm sorry. All right. I need a motion on those
Motion.
items.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or concerns from the board?
Yes, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So you're saying now, as we add this to existing structures, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do we go about with our seniors and individuals that can't afford to make these upgrades? What's our plan for that? Because what I don't want to happen now is that we get bombarded with the phone calls from the residents that code enforcement is now enforcing them to do this and this and that, and they're, losing their mind.
Yeah, I got it. So, Councilman, the paved approaches, that is one of the items that is a possibility in our minor rehab program and through our other rehab programs. So if someone applies for those programs, they do have the ability to have that done through one of our programs. The other part is they do have a pretty extended period of time to comply with this requirement, up to a year or so.
So, Mr. Clay, what exactly are they required to do?
So if you can visualize it, Mayor, when there is a driveway in the swale, there's generally a paved approach when you turn into the driveway off of the street. Some of our properties either have a damaged one or they don't have it at all. What that does is it causes issues on the swale, with the swale becoming compacted, thus causing flooding issues, et cetera. In addition to that, you have the streets themselves become damaged and require us to continually do milling, resurfacing, and work to maintain those streets when those approaches are not there.
Mr. Mayor.
She going.
So the question that I have, I think we talked about it in agenda prep, is whether or not we will have a listing of approved vendors so that the work can be consistently done according to the code that Miami Gardens has, in addition to possibly giving a standardized rate to our residents so that there is not, just all kind of cost and abuses to some of our seniors as well as other, residents who may or may not have experience with how to be able to get work like this done. Because I know that sometimes when you haven't done work in your home or whatever the case may be, it's kind of difficult for residents to go through a permitting process. It's a process that they're not familiar with. But if you're dealing with contractors who are accustomed to doing the work, they would understand the process a little bit better and hopefully reduce the kind of mistakes that oftentimes can happen when a person has to redo some work that was not done up to our code.
Right. So we generally get those calls, Councilwoman, through code enforcement when we have identified these items for them. And we are able to make recommendations as to contractors who we have either used through our programs or contractors that are approved that can do this kind of work. So yes, we do support that.
I mean, but will they be notified is what I'm saying. Will they be notified? In other words, as I've gone through the city, especially in residential C4, there are many, many homes whose approach, it needs work, right? And so what I'm saying is, as they are cited, will they be given a listing of approved vendors that they can use who understand the process and the code of this city in order to have their approach handled, as opposed to having spent a lot of money for something that is improperly done, and because they don't know any better and they didn't have any referrals at all, they're stuck with a bill. And it's not necessarily a cheap one to have redone. So I'm asking, will they be given something as a resource to utilize in order to comply?
We will provide that information if requested. Remember, at the end of the day, this is private property, so they can use whomever they want in order to comply.
No, I'm not saying that we're forcing them to use these people. We are saying that these are some approved vendors that we know understand the process. Because, again, I'm not on forcing them either. I'm just saying that oftentimes there are seniors who don't have access to the information. And so that's how they become victims of people who are charging, varied prices and sometimes astronomical prices over and above what would be normal for a project like that. So if we had people that were on the list and that you say these are vendors that you might consider, but how you going to know what to ask for? How would a senior know? They need something to begin with this type of a project, because it's going to be extensive throughout the city.
Understood.
No, but you didn't answer the question.
Well, again, we got to be very careful about, we don't have a vendors that we can give them vendors who we have used through our program. But we have to be very careful about directing folks to certain vendors, because then now we have the liability if something happens. We can certainly provide any information that is requested and any information that we have, but we have to make certain that we are not necessarily recommending anyone to do work on someone's private property.
I am not asking for you to give them the recommendation. I am asking for a listing of people who do the work. So because what we're doing is we're requiring people to do work, and it's going to be a lot of them that have to do the work. And then there's going to be the inspections. And oftentimes what we get is that somebody gets somebody in their place that does it all wrong. They didn't know and when I say they, I'm talking about the residents, didn't have any idea as to what was expected. And because of that, they have incurred a tremendous cost, a tremendous cost. I mean, a serious cost. And so then to redo the work, I think it's kind of unfair not to give any kind of resources on a new item that we are now enforcing. We're starting at ground zero on something and giving nothing to them that they can use to reference to get this type of work done. And we're going to end up with a lot of complaints from folks because they didn't know where to begin anyway. You follow what I'm trying to tell you?
I follow you.
Okay, so I'm saying, it's already tough when code enforcement goes in and they have to make these changes. And I'm not against code enforcement, because I really appreciate a lot of the work that they have done to improve the way our city is looking. But I also know that we are in very difficult financial times. And so now that this is being done, even though they may be given 2 years to get it done, it's still a sizable project that you might often have to pay. And I'm for the driveways. I really think that that's going to really improve the way our community looks. But I also think that just to throw that out there like that without any kind of.
Can I add? Can I?
It was Reggie, then you, and then it'll be.
Okay, no
Go
problem.
ahead, Reggie.
The only thing I'm uncomfortable with is how do we plan to, I need a better understanding on how do we plan to roll this out? And are we going quadrant by quadrant, district by district? Like, is this gonna be a full-out blitz? How much, I know you said they have a year to get this done. Will these be liens that we're offering, or this extra money that we can help them with for those that can't afford it? So I have like a ton of questions on trying to get an understanding on how this will be executed throughout the city.
All right. So we have identified through our work in code enforcement, we have identified this as an issue in a number of our neighborhoods. So we already have a number of properties that we have identified that have either received a warning notice, a notice that this is something that needs to be addressed. So we know exactly where the issues are and what neighborhoods the issues are in. We have no plans of leaning properties because of it. because again, we'll give individual homeowners as much time as they really need in order to comply within reason. Same thing we did when we changed the sign code and when we changed a number of our other codes that would require an individual or a business to do something extensive. So no plans to lien anyone, and we do plan to assist our residents in getting it done. Those, again, who financially qualify, we do have our programs, our minor rehab program, and our other programs through community development that can assist with this project.
Okay. And my last part, to Councilwoman Wilson's point, we can't recommend, but I know we may have some people that have came through our office that has done this work before through the city. And I guess we can talk offline to try to figure out what a dollar amount looks like per house. And if we can, like, say, for instance, we use Formula One money or something to assist, to bump up those residents that can't afford it also. We're going to be rolling this out. So, but I said, we can have a conversation to kind of figure that out for those that may need additional assistance. Because if we're rolling this out through the entire city,
sure,
a lot of people may need some assistance.
And also maybe if we do get ready to roll this out, we can possibly do some kind of campaign so that they can understand where they can apply for those funds with the funds you were talking about. When you were saying that we have the home improvement funds available.
Yes,
we
sir.
could probably let them know about that as well. But we could talk about that at another time. Vice Mayor?
Yes. So first, let me start. I want to commend our code enforcement department and everyone that worked to update these items and bring these items forward. I think when you talk about a step forward in beautification and enhancing what the city looked like holistically, these are items that I enjoy seeing. These are items that I'm happy about. But I do share in the same sentiments that my colleagues are raising as it relates to the assistance and what that looked like ahead of time. So we're actually having a proactive conversation because we are going to receive we are going to receive complaints once we move forward. I don't want to be in the business of putting law in place but not acting on it. If we're going to put this law in place, yes, I want our code enforcement to act on it, but then I also want to have an assistance program that would provide assistance and relief to the residents. I know we always mention seniors, but I want to see our assistant program essentially expand far greater than just our senior population as well, because you do have a lot of single parents who are on low income that cannot afford to make the needs meet in their households and come in compliance. So that's another conversation for another day. But I do want to maybe make a suggestion as it relates to an assistance program to our management team, to our city manager and his staff, finding ways to or identifying an additional pool of money through our community development office. Are y'all listen? Y'all paying attention?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
We're trying to solve your problem while
yeah.
you talk.
I see the minds are going, but I just want to make sure that maybe through the community development department, maybe my colleagues and we need to take a look at how we can direct more money to that area that can provide assistance on a more robust way, because this is going to, the laws will take place. And we want code enforcement to do their job, but then we also have a moral obligation to provide assistance. So if we can look at the budget, and I'm sure that's what you all do, but identify areas where we can take money or add money to provide assistance or enhance what we have in place. Because we have a number of programs currently in place, nothing for people outside of the senior community, which I want to fix that, but that's another conversation. but I do want to, maybe identify. So that's my suggestion on that.
Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mayor. I also would like to commend code enforcement as well as our management team for the work of putting together not only this 8.1, but in the entirety of what is actually needed to continue the beautification and uniformity of our community. With that being said, I definitely support the work that's being done, and I do believe rollout, as was stated before, is essential. Education, communication, that's always should be standard for everything that we do when we do make changes. I believe one of the things that our residents frequently ask for is that they be informed. And I love that at this meeting we're having this conversation. One question I do ask for the manager is, when it is time for a resident to repair the driveway, do they require a permit?
Yes.
Okay. And in requiring a permit, the individual doing the work will have to get that permit.
Correct.
Okay. So at that point, in order to get that permit, what is required?
They're going to have to fill out an application and probably a site plan or some sort of site plan of the property itself and what they will be doing as far as improvements.
Excellent. So to the question at hand, which is making sure our residents do not have work done that they, in the long run, will be fined or have to redo, I'm glad to know that before any project is started, a permit will be required and approved.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
That's correct, and I'm going to make a correction. I meant survey, not site plan, survey of the property.
Excellent, excellent. So definitely also in agreement with Councilman Stevens that, yes, our seniors, definitely we need support, but I believe access to funds for anyone who meets the criteria of support should be available, and I know you'll be working on that. So I thank you, manager, assistant manager, and the administrative team for this work. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, okay. One of the things that the reason why I'm asking for one uniformity of who does the work in our city is because it's also for my next suggestion, and that is that we need to give the residents what the process is. See, we come out and we say, okay, you got to do your driveway, but there is no process given to them to follow. And so they're learning off the cuff and many times are penalized for their lack of knowledge. So if we are going to mandate the swells, the driveways, we should give them something in hand that says, first you do this, second you do this, third you do this, fourth you do this, so that that process doesn't become a prolonged process because the resident doesn't know. And so they come down to the city and they're very, very frustrated because they feel that they are being jerked around because one person says something, another person says nothing, and they are operating in the blind. So if and when this is rolled out, I would like an execution plan. In other words, how are we going to start this? Where are we going to begin with the compliance? How will residents be notified? And what do we give them in hand? And the reason why I'm going to say this, and this is probably not going to be popular, but I'm going to say it because I say a lot of unpopular things. And that is that we have people who are getting red light tickets. And it was because there was no process that they were notified about how this was supposed to work. And unfortunately, it was a price to pay for an execution plan. So I'm saying to avoid that with this, if we give them something in hand to let them know what the execution process is for getting the road, getting their driveways completed, I believe it might make for a smoother process, because they will be given timelines, locations, questions that they should ask, where they should go, when they are expected to comply, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that that'll help out a lot in preventing what some people feel is an I gotcha. You know, and I don't think that that's our intention. You know, our intention, even with the red lights, is to keep the donuts from going, and to keep the children from being injured, and to be able to get them to cross the street safely. But it's overshadowed when people don't know. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
council members, listen, we'll bring back a comprehensive program back to address those that may need that assistance. And I don't have a problem with that, especially with our elderly. Certainly, they're going to need more assistance than most. But let's keep in mind that we do have capable and able people who know that their driveways
I get it.
are in disarray. And so this will address those folks as well to ensure that they are doing the proper things for their properties as well. So although I'm supportive of assisting the elderly and those who need assistance, but keep in mind, we have people that are able, capable, and understand that their properties need to be brought up to standards. So what I would suggest is, if the council decides to pass this on first reading, at second reading, we'll bring back that attachment to show you how we will move forward with the program.
With an execution plan, you're saying?
Everything,
Okay, sir.
yes.
You had a question?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. And so with this item, you know, the intent behind this item is to protect the city's infrastructure. And to your point, Mr. Manager, you do have people who are able to get this sort of work done, but who may try to go through the process or circumvent the process. But I just, you know, don't want us to forget that we already have tons of housing projects in place. We have the beautification project that we do. I mean, we have all of these other projects in place, and this will add to that. But my question to you, through the mayor, Mr. Manager, is when we have these beautification projects, does that not include driveway, pavement, all this stuff that is included here in this ordinance?
A number of those programs they do,
It
some
does.
don't. But this will help supplement whatever we do here will help supplement. We can help supplement those programs going forward.
But the crux of this item here is to protect the city's infrastructure.
That is correct.
And to have a uniformity throughout the city.
That is correct.
I just wanted to make sure I understood.
You're right.
Where the vision for 8.1 was headed.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions on 8.1? No. Call the roll, Mr. Clerk.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. 8.2. In order to the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Chapter 16, Article 3, Section 16-57 of the City of Miami Gardens Code of Ordinances to prohibit certain objects within the swell and certain right-of-ways in residential zone areas, providing for adoption of representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the City Manager.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, 8.2 is an amendment to Chapter 16, Article 3, again, dealing with property maintenance issues. And what this one does is prevent certain items in the right-of-way in residentially zoned areas that are health and safety type items. Those pyramid stones that you see, any types of prickly plants, things of that nature, those would be prohibited in our swales and right-of-ways. Many of those are already outlined in this section. We are just adding a couple of other items to make sure that we're prioritizing safety of our environment. That's 8.2.
All right, you're talking about those stones that people put in place so people won't park on their swell?
The sharp pointed edges.
Sharp pointed ones? Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
where I grew up, playing football on the side of the road, we used to run over those stones and get hurt all the time. But
Exactly.
we definitely know those stones. But to the city manager's point, can you do the same thing for all 8.2, 8.3, 8.4 with the comprehensive plan, executing what you're going to do with all of these? And that way we can,
I can do that, but this probably doesn't require any funding. This requires people just removing.
no, not the funding, just the rollout portion,
No problem.
information piece.
Absolutely.
Rolling it out
All
to
of
the
these will be a
community.
part of a rollout program.
Right.
Yes, okay, good enough.
All right.
Sorry about that.
All right, I need a motion on those items.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk? Or any questions or concerns from the dais on 8.2?
Those things been around for a long time.
I know. Showing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. 8.3, an ordinance to the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Chapter 6, Article 12 concerning shopping center registration, providing for adoption of reputation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, this is an amendment to Chapter 6, Article 13. You may remember about 2 years ago, I think it was in September 2023, we added this provision into Chapter 6 for shopping center registration. That would allow us, on top of our issuance of a certificate of use and a business license, it required shopping centers to provide us a point of contact directly so that we would have a point of contact for maintenance issues and other types of things that we needed to address. That shopping centers are defined as locations with 2 or more stores. So we're doing a couple of things here. It's a definition change to, instead of saying shopping center registration, it will be commercial location registration so that it would address those standalone properties like an Aldi or a Family Dollar or other types of properties such as those. And that's 8.3.
Mr. Mayor, I move the item.
Been moved, I second. Been moved and seconded. Any discussion from the dais on this item? Showing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Item 8.4, an ordinance to the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Chapter 34, Article 10, Section 34-312 of the City of Miami Gardens Code of Ordinances to regulate storage containers on commercial and residential properties, providing for adoption of representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for the inclusion in code, providing for the effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, this is an amendment, 8.4 is an amendment to Chapter 34, Article 10, concerning the regulation of storage containers on both commercial and residential property. This item restricts those storage containers on a commercial property to the rear of the property or out of sight in the frontal portion of a property. And for a residential property, it would limit them to 60 days. We understand that there may be times when there may be a renovation to a property or some other reason why you may need to put a pod or a U-store container on the property, but that would be limited to 60 days. And that's item 8.4.
Okay. Need a motion on the item?
Motion.
Been moved and seconded. Go ahead.
So, with the properties, I didn't understand a little bit of what you said. You said the containers in the rear of the property are allowed or are not allowed?
They are.
They are allowed
If
in
you
the rear.
have a shipping container on the property, it must be in the rear or out of sight
Out of sight.
from the front of the property.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions on it? No? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. We're now on to ordinances on for second reading and public hearing. Item 9.1, an ordinance to City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Section 6-195, subsection C, subsection 1 of Chapter 6, Article 4 of the Code of Ordinances to extend the time frame for the clean zone for stadium events, providing for adoption of organization, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing a severability clause, providing for inclusion in code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilwoman Julian. This is a public hearing.
All right. Public hearings, public comments are now open on this item. The first person up will be Francis Ragu, and then Jose Espinosa and Eric Palms.
Good evening again. Francis Ragu, 889 Northwest 214th Street, number 102, Miami Gardens, Florida. I'm here to speak against agenda item 9.1. My first question is, why did Orange Bowl wait until the last minute to bring this item before the city, when there's no justification other than to say other cities are doing the same? Did they not know when the game is being played, or was it by design for the last minute to push it down our throat, and it appears that we are being gullible to rush to make a adjustment to appease them? In the last meeting, the thought was an exception. However, it is my belief that there is no such thing as an exception, but precedents being set. In number 11 of the Clean Zone Act, which states that the hosting of any temporary public hospitality event shall be prohibited within the clean zone commencing during the clean period, does that mean that as a season ticket holder for the Dolphins, having a game on the 21st, the 28th, and the Orange Bowl on January 1st, if families that resides within the clean zone areas that wish to celebrate Christmas or New Year and erect a tent outside of their residence, such can be considered a violation punishable with a fine of $500 or 60 days in prison, which will be from now till January 3rd. Do we really need to further encumber our residents with such restriction? If the extreme was the soccer game between Argentina and Colombia, I don't recall we having a problem 7 days before it all took place. They all happened on the day of the event. Even though the item says that the host will pay for enforcement, given our shortage of officers, this will be taken away from rendering services from other areas of the city. Therefore, I ask that you vote no at this time. I thank you and happy holidays. Let me just take the opportunity to say to Supervisor Cedric DeVoe on the passing of his mom that on behalf of the Crime Prevention and Neighborhood Watch in the city of Miami Gardens, we wish to extend his condolences at this time of his bereavement for him and his family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jose Espinosa, 235 Catalonia Avenue. I'm here on behalf of the Orange Bowl Committee and the 2026 Miami Host Committee for the National Championship Game. I want to start by thanking the council. At the last meeting, you all unanimously approved the improvements at Bunch Park. We're really excited about the work and the activities that that's going to bring to the rec center. We'll see you next Sunday or next Saturday at the ribbon cutting, and we're really excited about the opportunities that that'll bring to your residents. For a little context, we came to you last month to extend the time frame specifically for our game on January 19th. That was a requirement that was in the bid package when we were awarded the game. And so what we're doing, and our process is made a lot easier because you all already have a clean zone in place. And so what we're asking as a host committee is that you allow us to just extend the period 7 days before the game and 2 days after. We're not making additional changes to the zones, the maps, the activities that you already prohibit during the clean zone period. And so what we ask is for a one-time exception. We agree with some of the feedback that we received at the last meeting that we don't want to set precedent. We don't want to set the city up to be in a position where you're burning these costs that you just didn't budget for. And so we took that feedback very seriously, and so I think the item before you tonight addresses that. Beyond that, we understand that these games are a partnership, and so with the support of Commissioner Gilbert, we've secured some county support to supplement the city's code enforcement and police during the game. And so we believe that due to the scheduling of the events and when the teams arrive and where the activities really happen, you'll see the bulk of activity the Sunday before the game, obviously the Monday of game day and the day after. And with the county support, we should significantly mitigate the fiscal impact that's in your item. We ask for your support, and we're here if you have any questions. Thank you so much.
Mayor Harris.
council members, and city manager. Just really appreciate you taking the item last month. As Jose mentioned, this is a requirement.
Give us your name and address, please.
Oh, Eric Palms. I am with the Orange Bowl Committee. I got to get my address here somewhere.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. But I'm here representing the 2026 Miami Host Committee. The Orange Bowls joined the community in leading the bid effort and now the execution of the hosting efforts for the 2026 CFP National Championship game. Again, as Jose mentioned, this is a requirement of the bid. And so we came here last month to get the first reading. We're here again today. Incredibly appreciative of that. It's going to be an incredible January. On January 1, it looks like the winner of JMU is going to play, in Oregon is going to play Texas Tech. 2 out-of-state teams will be here, and obviously in the city of Miami Gardens, which is our home. And then literally 18 days later will be the 2 teams that emerge for the national championship game. And it's very competitive across the country to get these events to come to Miami Gardens, and so forth. We work hard at this, and so we appreciate your consideration of the second reading. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman, you wanted to address any of this?
I think the speakers eloquently stated their piece, and I'm asking the council to support this. If there are any costs that do become associated with this item, it's going to be on a case-by-case basis, and I'm asking that we amend the item to show that it'll be on a case-by-case basis as determined by the city manager.
Do we need to move the item? No, I want to make a motion to move the item.
Motion.
Second.
Huh? You had a question?
No, I was wondering, we was waiting on.
Oh, that's what I was going to move it.
Second.
All right. Well,
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk?
Can we get a little bit specific with the motion, please?
For the item to show that, because we don't know what the cost is going to be, and we don't know if there's going to be any costs. So if there are any costs that are incurred, obviously it's on a case-by-case basis, and that'll be determined by the city manager.
But that's highlighted, Councilwoman, in the ordinance amendment already, right?
I don't know that it says, from what I read, from what I'm looking at, it doesn't say on a case-by-case basis as determined by the manager. It says, hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it says.
Mr. Mayor?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, she's talking about this last part.
Yes, it says have the right to provide for an exception for these timeframes by resolution. So that's a case by case.
It just didn't say city manager.
Gotcha.
So the city manager obviously would be making that determination.
Without council.
Well, I mean, he would have to bring it to the
Right,
council,
it would
but
have
it's not a determinant, it's not a, so because he's the chief executive officer for City Hall and he oversees the city as the manager, obviously, if there is a cost, we wouldn't know, it would go to his office first, and then he would come to the council if there is a cost.
And I guess the reason why I'm trying to get, oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
I guess what I was trying to get to is, we won't have another meeting. As this thing rolls out, there is not another meeting by resolution that it could come to us. So what we're saying is the manager will manage any changes as so needed according to the execution of what we have here. Right?
Mr. Mayor?
Hold on, I'm gonna ask the
Can I be
city,
heard?
I'm gonna ask
Yes.
the city attorney to speak.
Councilwoman Julian, I don't think you need to amend the ordinance because it's a given that anything that's administrative goes to the manager. I think what you may want to do is amend your resolution.
Yeah, that's right.
To take out the estimated cost, because what we heard tonight was that Commissioner Gilbert is going to augment some of our needs with the county's code enforcement department. So I think what we need to do, she didn't pull it earlier, but maybe take that from consent, move it to a regular resolution, and then we could take out that estimated cost and just whatever the costs are, that would handle what you're trying to do.
So there it is.
Yeah.
So would the city attorney just
So
stated.
when we
Well,
get to
I'm
cons-
just-
All right, so can we?
I knew we weren't coming back here,
Hold
so.
on, guys. Hold on,
I
guys.
need some clarity.
So what we're gonna do is take 11.3 out of consent and put it on
regular, and then we can
resolution.
amend that accordingly so that you do what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But.
Thank you
Mr.
for that
Mayor,
clarification.
Go ahead.
To attorney, this is, the way we're doing it now is gonna be on a special exception, correct? As we amend this?
As it's written, yeah, it
Right, I
writes
just
that
wanted to make
you're
sure.
authorized to do special exceptions on a
Okay.
case by case.
All right, so Mr. Clerk, take 11.3 out of consent agenda.
Let's handle the ordinance right now.
Right.
I got you during when we get to
But-
consent.
All right, no problem.
I want to be clear to Councilman Leon, though. So the exceptions, you all still have the authority when the exceptions come. What the manager is going to have the authority to do is determine what it's going to cost, if there are costs and that kind of thing.
Right.
All right,
So
because what
going
I
forward,
didn't
not for
want,
this item, I'm just talking about going forward. You all will still have to say, we're going to give you the exception.
right, because we have FIFA and other events coming, and I didn't want all that to get clouded into this.
Right. Now, if you want to change it to give him that authority, that's different. But right now, you all will have that authority.
For
It'll
the
have to
Orange
come
Bowl, it'll be
before you.
special exception. Okay, thank you.
Let's call
All
the roll.
right, call the roll, Mr. Clerk.
Councilwoman Julian,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens,
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin,
Yes.
Councilman Leon,
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes. There are no resolutions on for public hearing. Based on the conversation that we had earlier, we'll note by consensus that the council is pulling item 11.3 from the consent agenda.
Correct.
All right.
And then that, we'll
Right,
take it.
right now, Mr. Mayor, I need you to take a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended.
I need a motion to approve this consent agenda as amended.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing no opposition. Show the consent agenda pass.
All right, now we're at item 11.3, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, providing for an exemption to the clean zone ordinance for the college football national championship game, requiring the event organizer to pay all costs associated with enforcement of the clean zone, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by Councilwoman Julian.
Councilwoman?
Yes. And so this, okay, go ahead. City Attorney.
Mr. Mayor, through the mayor. So what I'm going to suggest you do, Councilwoman, is amend Section 2 of the authorization section.
Okay.
In the last sentence, currently it reads, the city council further requires the event organizer to pay out costs associated with the enforcement of the clean zone. I think what you were saying earlier is that you wanted to authorize the city manager to determine what the costs are and what they would be for this event.
Yes.
So move.
I moved the item.
Motion. Second.
You move the amendment.
She moved the amendment.
I moved the amendment. So what now?
So I second the
You can do a
amendment.
voice vote on the amendment.
Okay.
She seconded
Yeah.
it. He seconded it.
He seconded,
So,
so
Mr. Mayor, you can do a voice
we're
vote on
gonna
the
do a voice
amendment.
vote on it, yeah. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none.
And now we need a motion on the item itself. As amended.
Motion on the item.
Second.
Been
another
moved and
voice vote.
seconded.
You can do another voice vote.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, show the item pass.
All right, we're now on to quasi judicial zoning hearing items.
Did we take all the consent and,
Yep.
okay, we did.
Got you.
Amen.
Go ahead. Mr. Clerk. Oh. You gotta hook up something.
Mr. Mayor? I think the tax collector is here.
I didn't hear you.
I believe our tax collector is here. Is he here? For a special presentation?
Oh, okay. All right.
There he is, right? Yeah.
Well, the
Oh,
person who's
okay.
sponsoring the.
Oh, okay, all right.
Who need to do the special presentation not here right now.
So you want to just go ahead and
You want to go ahead? Go ahead.
Good evening, Reginald White, Planning and Zoning Director. Welcome to the quasi-judicial portion of the December 10, 2025 City Council meeting. For those persons that will or may be speaking on an item on the agenda or commenting on any item, please stand up and be sworn in by the city clerk. For the applicants, your item will be called to order by agenda number and by title of your request. When your item is called, please approach the microphone, and when addressed, please speak directly and clearly stating your name and address for the record, and explain the reason for your request. Please note that all exhibits presented to the mayor and council will become part of public record.
All right, all interested parties who plan to speak on all three quasi-judicial zoning items, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? I do. All right, thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Can I go ahead and hold the council on quasi-judicial agenda disclosure?
Please do.
All right, collectively, Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council, has any member had any ex parte communications on any of the three items before you this evening?
No.
And do you swear and affirm that your decision tonight will be solely based on evidence presented before you?
Yes.
All right, thank you. We're now on to ordinances on first reading of public hearing. Item 13.1.1, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending the Code of Ordinances as outlined in Exhibit A, attached here to amending the City of Miami Gardens Land Development Regulations, Article 1, General Provisions, Article 9, Generalized Schedule of Permitted Uses, Use Permitted with Extra Requirements, Special Exemption Uses, and Prohibited Uses, Article 10, Accessory Uses and Structures, Article 11, Development Standards, Generalized Table of Development Standards, Article 13, Design Standards, Article 14, Minimum Landscapes and Buffering Requirements, Fences, Wall, Hedges, Trees, Protection, Article 19, Definitions and Rules of Construction, amending the city's zoning map to create a location for the Gateway Overlay, GWO and Paren zoning district as attached in Exhibit B, providing for adoption representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for including the code, providing for an effective date. And this is sponsored by the city manager, co-sponsored by Councilman Leon.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, this is an opportunity for the City of Miami Gardens to, again, identify an area in the city where we believe we can bring some positive growth to the city. This amendment to our code will address not only the opportunities for mixed use and the like, but also an opportunity to be a little bit more creative along the 441 corridor when it comes to development and the redevelopment of that corridor. I really want to take this opportunity to thank staff. They've taken the opportunity to create something that I believe would be in the best interest of the city. It will mimic some of the things that we're doing throughout the city when we are dealing with and addressing redevelopment, development issues through a district type of zoning. And then also, I have to give a little kudos to the Councilman Leon, who said to me one day, how about Gateway being the opportune name for this area? And so with that, the Planning and Zoning Director, Reggie White, will give a presentation on the overall amendment to the zoning.
Thank you, City Manager, Council, and Mayor. I appreciate you. As mentioned, we're here today to establish a new Gateway Overlay District. What you see here on the screen are the articles that were amended. And what you see here is the proposed zoning map. And here is a closer look at the proposed zoning map. This is the area in red, the dotted area in red. And as mentioned, the purpose of the Gateway Overlay District is to enhance existing businesses, improve the public realm, and provide flexible development opportunities with the focus on generating revenue. The GWO district also encourages and supports large-scale developments or entertainment-driven uses, including but not limited to hotels, cultural centers, indoor recreation facilities, and commercial activities with the purpose of attracting customers and visitors, local, regional, and national areas. The GWO district, as mentioned, is depicted on the map on the screen. And furthermore, into the purpose of the district is just to maximize opportunities, as mentioned, laying the groundwork and the foundation to develop, to attract stakeholders to not only want to develop here, but also want to work here and live in the city of Miami Gardens. And also to create more so a sense of community, improve the public realm. As mentioned, 441 is the gateway to Miami Gardens, so we want people when they come through Miami Gardens to not just drive through here, we want people to stay here, enjoy the area, and become partners with us. So in closing, the permitted uses expand recreational, entertainment, and restaurant uses. The GWO district offers development opportunities focused on increasing housing options and enabling mixed-use development. The mix of housing and commercial and public spaces will ultimately encourage social interaction and support community cohesion. Thank you. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
just want to note, there's a public hearing on this item on first reading.
correct. Public comments are now open on this item. Public comments are open on this item. Have you received any written communication?
No written communication.
None? Then show public comment closed on this item.
There's someone,
Who?
there's a question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could come up.
But you need to fill out the card.
It's pertaining to this.
But after you finish, I
Blessings
need
to
you
you
to,
all.
I need you to fill out one of those yellow cards when you finish.
Pardon?
I said, when you finish, I'll need you to fill out one of those
Yes,
yellow
I
cards.
will. I'm Yvonne Hampton, and 21032 Northwest 39th Avenue, Miami Gardens, 33055. I just have a question. That's 441 where he's talking about enhancing that area. Where are they going to put all these extra buildings and stuff over there in 441? I just want to know that I saw in the development. Because it's already kind of crowded over there, so I'm just wondering. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just wanted to ask that new construction of 441.
What's your name and address?
Oh,
for the-
Myron, 2535 Northwest 156th Street. Is there anything in that big, beautiful plan for small business, for local people to have business? Is there any kind of room for that?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
can I say something?
yes, you can.
This is not a construction project. What we're doing is not rezoning. What we're doing is enhancing what's already there so that the existing businesses and those new businesses that want to come into commercial spaces in that area, it gives them a little bit more flexibility. And it will over time, change the way that corridor looks so that it's improved. So it's not, this particular item is just a zoning item. It's not a business programming item. We're not constructing any buildings. It really relates to the buildings that are already there and those buildings that will be improved.
Okay. No, I get that. I just was asking because I saw the new pictures, all the new buildings. So I just wanted to know since.
Those were just
Yeah,
pictures.
those are just
Those
pictures for the purposes of the presentation. No problem.
Just a quick one.
It's just pictures to make make it look good. That's it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
We have one more public
You
comment.
have another public comment? Come on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Missy Ross. Address is 1950 Northwest 193rd Terrace.
Speak in the mic, please. Mike.
Missy Ross. My address is 1950 Northwest 193rd Terrace. I'm here because I have a question in reference to the clear zone. How is this going to affect the golf cart movement?
We've already voted on the clear zone item, ma'am.
Because we still have not been able to operate at all. And if we have the clear zones, I'm trying to figure out why we're not able to.
Yeah, but that's just not the item that we're talking about right now.
Because it has the clear zone areas on there.
No.
On the
No,
9
not
point.
on this item. We're on another item.
This is something different?
Yeah. it's
Okay,
something
so I was asking in
But
reference to that
somebody will
9.1.
address you after this, though. We can have
Okay.
somebody to address that.
Thank you.
No problem.
close.
All right, well, any other public comments on 13.1? No public comments on, no other public comments, no written communication?
No, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I just have something. I just have something.
Go ahead. All right.
Me too.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the city manager and thank our planning and zoning team. So what we found out when Freezy and Flow Rider bought the plaza, that 441 in the 1960s was farthest west that Miami-Dade County went. So a lot of these plazas that's still over there is from 1950, 1960, and you have a bunch of them that's empty right now that they can't, nobody wants to move into those plazas because they're severely need renovation based on the code. They couldn't do that. With this upgrade to the code, now we can attract more businesses. We can also look at, to our north at Hollywood and Miramar and Pembroke Pines. As you come down 441, you start to see the change in the street. So now we have the opportunity to have that same change, which will afford business opportunities eventually for small businesses and other businesses to come to the city. So I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing on that.
All right, go ahead.
I too would like to thank you and the manager for this movement forward. I have watched Studio 183 and that shopping plaza just come alive. I mean, it looks great and it has done wonderful things to just get excited about. And when I drive, I think the name is also appropriate in terms of the gateway, because when you're coming 441 from Broward into our wonderful city, you can just see life just coming up in and around there. So I think that this would be a great addition. And I am excited about what other businesses are going to be able to make those improvements, move in, and it just widens the opportunity for small businesses to be located in our corridor. So it's a two thumbs up and two toes. I really think it's a toes.
Mr. Mayor?
All right, any other? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I echo everything that my colleagues mentioned. I'm so excited about this. You know, the Overlay Entertainment District is dear to my heart. That's along our 27 corridor, more so because I'm the only council member that lives in the Overlay Entertainment District. But but to see you all, to see the expansion happen on the east side of our city and to bring a zoning that will attract businesses, and also to get our current businesses there up to date and up to par does my heart well. Like the project that the councilman mentioned that is happening in the, what's the Cloverleaf Plaza is the name? It's coming along very well, and to see the improvement, it does my heart well. So kudos to you all for coordinating, to working to bring this item and this zoning. And I look forward to seeing all of the great things that happen along that corridor.
All right, thank you. Any other questions?
I just have a comment.
Yeah.
Mayor, thank you, Mr. Manager, and Councilman Leon. Super savvy name, because Councilman Leon and I, once this item is passed, will be living in the Gateway Overlay District. But this speaks to the vision of the city to see, because when we ride along 441, and Mr. Manager, I've put you and Craig in the car, and we've taken field trips up and down 441, looking and scrutinizing the businesses, looking for a way to make the 441 corridor a lot more attractive, and trying to determine why it is many of the spaces are empty. It's because it's not enticing, especially when you look at the space where the Stadium Diner is located, that plaza, Councilman, it is empty, and you have people that are just coming in and they are not staying. And so this right here is definitely going to solve the problem, and so I am in full support of this item.
Well, I live in the Crestview area, and I'm very proud of Crestview. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion and a second. Please call the roll.
All right, Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
In the words of our mayor, I vote yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. We're now on to ordinances for second second reading and public hearing. Item 13.2.1. An ordinance to the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the rezoning of that certain property located at northwest corner of Northwest 203rd Lane and 36th Court intersections in Miami Gardens, Florida, more particularly described in attached Exhibit A from Architectural and Utilities, AU in paren, and single-family dwelling residential, R1 in paren, to Plan Development, PD in paren. Providing for adoption, representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing severability clause, providing for including the code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager. And this is second reading, public hearing.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, this is second reading. There are no changes to this item moving forward. The only thing that we had to do for this item is address the legal description on it. So we've made that adjustment. So there are no other changes, and staff recommends approval for this item.
All right, I need a motion on this.
Motion.
It's been moved. It's been moved and seconded. It's open for public comments. Are there, come on, y'all, come on, gather yourselves. Are there any public comments on this item? 13.2. No, this is something different. All right, showing no public comments are closed. Any questions or concern from the desk? Showing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. Go ahead on the next one.
All right, item 13.3, resolutions, public hearing. Item 13.3.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the variance application submitted by Serenity Grove Ventures LLC for that certain property located at 18330 Northwest 12th Avenue, more particularly described on Exhibit A, attached here to permitting a reduction in the number of parking spaces to 169, where 344 spaces are required for the proposed project, providing for adoption reputation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager.
Mr. Manager.
It's a public hearing on this item.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, Planning and Zoning Director Reggie White will give a brief presentation regarding this item.
How long you gonna need, Reggie, right here, to get this? You
I'll be
ready
brief.
right now?
I'll be brief. I'll make it quick.
No, I'm saying, you ready to get your presentation up?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
This item before you is an item that is asking for a variance for parking for the Serenity Grove project that we've been waiting for a number of years. So staff has recommended approval for the variance so that this project can move forward. If granted the variance, we anticipate, from what the developer tells us, is that this project could be in the ground by February, or groundbreaking by February. So staff is recommending and supporting the variance, the parking variance regarding this item. So staff, if all said, staff is ready to move forward with this project.
Go ahead,
Mr.
Mr.
Mayor.
White. Yeah.
Well, I move the item.
I move to
Second.
Second.
third.
All right. Y'all good? Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We're ready.
Yeah, we could call the roll. on it,
We'll
'cause
call
we
vote. All right,
understand that.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes, yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 7-0. All right, we're gonna go back to presentations, item 6.1, special presentation by Councilman Reggie Leon.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I have a special presentation for two gentlemen that were newly elected to Miami-Dade County, I want to say about 13 months ago. With that new election, we inherited a tax collector's office, and Miami-Dade Clerk of Courts became independent. Both of these gentlemen have really stepped into the fold and embraced Miami Gardens like none other. We've been able to have special services for our residents, At the drop of a dime, we can make a phone call. Mr. Dario Hernandez sent his team over to assist with registration, tag registration, new services that were brought to this city where our residents would normally have to go downtown to be able to get these services. We now have them available here in Miami Gardens. We also, with our new clerk of courts, have special programs that he's put into place for Miami Gardens for the Operation Greenlight, helping people restore their license. These are tailor-made projects that they've put together for the residents of Miami Gardens. And for that, I want to give them accommodation. I want to say thank you. I know Mr. Hernandez's mom lived in Miami Gardens, but she bought a house across the street in another city, but we're not going to hold them for that. But again, gentlemen, if you can approach, and I want to thank you, council members, if you can join me for this recognition. And thank you for the work that you're putting into this city of Miami Gardens and to Miami-Dade County as a whole.
Can you one by one step to the podium and just introduce yourselves and tell what your title is?
Yes. Thank you, Mayor, council members. Juan Fernandez Barquin, Clerk of the Court and Comptroller. And I can also proudly list the address for the new courthouse, 20 Northwest First Avenue.
Can you tell them what's under your umbrella?
Oh, wow. So collecting traffic tickets, parking tickets, jury duty, custodian of the court files, and then on the county side, administering the Value Adjustment Board, marriage licenses, the comptroller finance, so custodian of funds for the county, accountant for the clerk of the board, accountant for the Board of County Commissioners, county auditor, county investor, and county recorder. So deeds, mortgages, judgments, all that get recorded. And I'm just gonna do a little plug-in for the property fraud alert system that we have, totally free. Anybody can sign up for it. You can sign yourself up. So you get alerts, or you can get an alert from a friend, for a friend or family member. You just go to our website, go to the tab that's Home and Records, and then it'll say Property Fraud Alert. You sign up, put in your email, we send you an email, you confirm it, you put in the folio number for the property that you want to be alerted for, and you could list up to 25 properties, and if there's a change in the deed of the property, we will send you an email and a text message also. This is totally free. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you so much. My name is Dario Fernandez. I'm your tax collector in Miami-Dade County. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to collect any taxes today, okay? So the good news is that we already have here in this beautiful city, we already have our own office. So the people can do too many things in our office. This is not just about property taxes. If you need to open a new business now, you can come to our office. If you need, of course, have any question with your property taxes, you can come to our office. If you need to renew your car registration, you can come to our office. Fishing and homesteading license is too many services that we provide for our community. Also, I wanted to say thank you to you because we are partnering with you with our mobile office that come into your municipality every month, and that way we can continue to serve our community. Again, we are here to continue to provide service, and always we going to continue to put in people first in Miami-Dade County. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we're now on to the reports of the city council.
Y'all want to do y'all reports first, or let me do the state of the city first? What? Y'all want to do y'all reports first? Y'all want to do y'all reports first, or y'all let me do the state of the city first? No, I'm gonna do it. Can't postpone it.
Councilwoman Julian?
Thank you, Mayor. All right, so I am proud to announce that our Love of Urban Design Week 2025 marked a major milestone in our city's cultural evolution. And not only did we celebrate the city's creativity, art, and community,
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
all right. All right, so I'll start again. I am proud to announce that our Loud Week, Love of Urban Design Week, marked a major milestone in our city's cultural evolution. And not only did we celebrate creativity and art and community, but we officially unveiled our first public art mural at the Senator Oscar Brannon II Park at Rolling Oaks. The unveiling at the Senator Oscar Brannon Park is part of our ongoing commitment to improving public spaces, ensuring that parks are not only places for recreation, but also for culture reflection and our community's pride. This was such a big undertaking, and it is, if you haven't been to the park, you gotta check it out. That mural is beautiful. This public art installation honors the legacy of Senator Oscar Brannon II, and acknowledges his contributions to Miami Gardens and visually enriches our public spaces for generations to come. The mural and Loud Week events were widely embraced by our residents, reinforcing that Miami Gardens is not just a place to live, but a vibrant community where culture and history and creativity converge. I want to take a moment to thank the staff, everyone who worked on making Loud Week a success. I want to especially thank my legislative analyst, Stephen Mesa, who was my left hand, left foot, left toe, right toe. This kid stood in the paint, and this weekend truly reflected your strengths, and I'm appreciative and grateful for you, so thank you. I also want to thank someone who is, not, a person of very few words, but when you have a vision and you express your vision, she will do everything to make it come to light. And that's Lashara Bostic from our city clerk's office. And Mr. Mayor, if you'll allow me to, can we give her a hand clap, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, of course. That's my Shara.
I had a vision for this mural, and I had a vision for this art in public places. And like many of us, we communicate our vision and we expect that staff is gonna take it and run with it, right? But oftentimes, the vision that you communicate when things come back, it doesn't always come back the way that you express the vision, right? And so there's like tweaks and stuff. But every step of the way, she made sure that everything worked out perfect for that day. And it was so special. It was special to see the community come out. We had a quorum from the Board of County Commissioners, all of the friends who came out, all of the other city council members from other cities who came out, former council people. It was just a beautiful, beautiful event. And Lashara, I just want to say thank you very much for all of your help. Truly appreciate you. And we also made it on Deco Drive, y'all. Loud Week was on Deco Drive. If you missed it, go back to our city platform and check it out. And I think that this is showing people that Miami Gardens is the hub for arts and culture, and we've created a movement. Miami Gardens is definitely the place to be. The mural and the Loud Week events were widely embraced by our residents. And, oh, I already went through that part, excuse me. So through love of urban design, we continue to invest in the creative economy and giving our local artists, designers, and entrepreneurs a platform to showcase their work, and this strengthens our city's identity while supporting small business growth. So for the gentleman who had asked earlier what the city was doing to help small businesses and entrepreneurs, we are doing everything, and we are open to ideas if you have any. Save the date for our Miami Gardens Youth Music Festival, again, bringing the arts right here to our city. Now going into its 5th year, one of my passion projects was bringing students here from the surrounding public schools who play the instruments. So I grew up playing the piano, and I know what that did for me. During the Christmas holidays, I would go around with my family to nursing homes, and we would play for the seniors. And these are memories that I still cherish, and moments that I still cherish till this day. And so when I got elected 5 years ago, I wanted to make it my business to make sure that our students had a platform to perform. And so our Miami Gardens Youth Music Festival always takes place a week or two before Jazz in the Gardens, and we always joke and say it is the mini Jazz in the Gardens, but for the students. And so save the date. It's taking place on February 28th at Betty T. Ferguson Recreational Complex. This event will bring together all of our young musicians, their families, and community supporters for a day of music, arts, and celebration, offering a powerful opportunity for the youth engagement, cultural expression, and community unity. We anticipate that this festival becoming a highlight of our city's youth and arts programming, celebrating talent, empowering youth, and uniting diverse neighborhoods through music. Supporting public spaces and civic legacy. Oh, okay. The mayor is rushing me on, so I'm about to run through this report. I'm almost done, Mayor. My office is coordinating the Veterans Memorial Wall in partnership with the veterans, seniors, and with the community to honor our residents who have served and paid the ultimate price for our freedoms today, freedoms that we don't take lightly. So by investing in public art and community gatherings, we're reinforcing residents' connections to their neighborhoods, enhancing civic identity, and celebrating Miami Gardens' unique history and future aspirations. Almost done, Mayor. I encourage fellow council members to support the continued funding and programming for arts, culture, and youth engagement, and recognizing the long-term value of creative investment for our community's well-being, economic growth, and civic pride. And as we look ahead to 2026 and beyond, my vision remains a Miami Gardens where art, opportunity, and community thrives together, where young people have platforms to express themselves, neighborhoods are strengthened by shared culture, and every resident feels connected to our city's growth and story. Lastly, I thank my colleagues, city staff, community partners, artists, and residents for making this vision a reality. And together, we are building a city that doesn't just grow, but it blossoms. And that ends my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Baskin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All right, first and foremost, I want to say what a pleasure it is and an honor it is to serve as councilwoman for the beautiful city of Miami Gardens, and to see all the beautification and the revitalization and this gateway, all these overlay districts. We got to come up with an overlay for residential area 1. But I don't take the position lightly at all. With that being said, past events, we had the First Responders Feast. It was an opportunity to just simply tell our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics, the ones that show up first when we're afraid, when there's an emergency, and when our families need the most help. These are the people that put their lives on the line every single day to keep our beautiful city safe. So we took a moment to sit down. We had a Thanksgiving meal with them the week before Thanksgiving, just a time to simply say thank you and an opportunity for them to sit down and just let their hair down, relax, breathe for a moment before they rush out to answer to those calls. So again, to all of our first responders, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, we had Vegan Vibes on this past Sunday. After Lovely Loud Week, we all came together to enjoy more festivities
It was truly a full-day experience rooted in learning, networking, artistic expression, and all the good vibes, topped off with smooth R&B music that fed our spirit and our soul. It wasn't just for vegans. It was an opportunity to talk about healthy eating, holistic wellness, intentional wellness as well. So we also highlighted some of our students from our local high schools, Miami Norland Senior High School and Carroll City Senior High School, our seniors that are on the principal's honor roll. We even had a student art contest, so our elementary students as well as our poetry participants from the senior center, they came and blessed us with their gifts as well. So this all happened at Rolling Oaks Park, where we also went on Senator Oscar Brannon at Rolling Oaks Park, where we also went on a tour of the garden, our state-of-the-art city garden, where we had an opportunity to partake in the herbs and produce out at the garden. Moving forward, I'm happy to announce a financial literacy series that we are partnering with Chase Bank. This is for small business owners, entrepreneurs, or those looking to start a business. It's an interactive workshop that provides practical tips and step-by-step guidance to help small business owners and entrepreneurs navigate along their financial journeys. This will take place starting in January, from January up until May. It'll be the third Thursday of the month, right at the Senior Center from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. You don't want to miss it. Some of the sessions include Small Business 101, Navigating Cash Flow, Accessing Capital, and Marketing in a Digital World. And for the sake of time, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Wilson?
First, I would like to say we had our Meet Me Monday community meeting where Senator Chevron Jones did an outstanding presentation and a call to action of all of our residents for this upcoming legislative session, as well as this upcoming year of elections. He has indicated that there must be unprecedented activism and a knowledge about what is going on in our government, what is going on in the state of Florida with redistricting, what is going on in our city in terms of our own elections, and how impactful it must be for all of us to be more involved and to exercise our rights to vote. We are going to take voters from Miami Gardens to Tallahassee as a part of our activism to address some of the concerns that we have, whether that is our water, whether that is our policing, whether that is the flooding in Leslie Estates and other projects that we are going to need a voice of our residents to be a part of our own advocacy. He did a phenomenal breakout job. I want to thank all of the residents who were there. I want to thank the chief and the assistant chief for being there, and as always, code enforcement. The information that you give our residents on the updates about what is going on as relates to crime and other events that are going on in the city is always invaluable. Empowering Women for Living and Learning for a Powerful Legacy was held last Friday at the Betty T. Ferguson. We had pretty close to 300 women there, and we had some very, very valuable conversations about the future of our city and the kinds of things specifically that we as women, both from all of the age spectrums, how we need to collaborate more to strengthen our relationships, to strengthen our families and our homes. So I want to just say to you, look out, because there's more to come. From the feedback that we received, the direction that was given to us, the Women's Commission is really, really excited about the work that's ahead. And we would invite you to join us and them as we begin to undertake the initiatives necessary to strengthen the role of women in building and even strengthening the city of Miami Gardens. On Saturday, December 20th, we're going to have our annual Prosperity Basket. This is a food basket that is a tremendous and important part of the work that I do and that I'd like to share with the residents of Miami Gardens. If you would like to get a basket, you will need to call our office. It's going to be on the 20th at Betty T. Ferguson. We will give you your voucher. You will meet us there, and we'll give you further instructions as you come along. But it plans, and it's going to be an incredible opportunity for us as residents to prepare our hearts, our families, our homes for what the upcoming year offers. So I look forward to seeing you there. And number 4, I would like to say a special thank you. I would like to say a special thank you to Mrs. Bizpot and to Ms. Paulette for the assistance in helping one of our veterans, and Mr. Clay. The work that you guys did in helping this gentleman was just outstanding. It touched his heart, and your professionalism always is a plus in being able to help the residents go from a bad situation to a very good situation. And so what you guys do every day, it makes our light shine brighter. So thank you very, very much for all that you did for this residence. And then last but not least, I would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And my prayers are with your families and with this city as we move into another year that is going to really, really require all of us to be one as a community as we step forward into some unknown things. I know that all of us have concerns about our country and the state of things that are going on, but the one thing that we do have is the promise of what our ancestors gave us, and that is the right to be active, the right to be heard, the right to go to the voting polls, and to participate every single day in how our lives are being lived, the quality of them. So as we look at the new year, we can make as a part of our resolution to become more active, more involved in positive ways that causes us to be stronger. May God bless and keep you. Thank you. That concludes.
Thank you. Councilwoman Powell?
First of all, I'd like to say happy holidays to everyone. This is our last meeting, and I do want to make sure everyone has that well-wishing from myself and the council, and that you go forward and be with family and friends and be present as you meet with your family. Be present in the now, because sometimes, as Councilwoman Wilson just said, we're so far ahead. And just for health and wellness, be present with your family this holiday season. Be with them in consciousness and mind, and just enjoy having them. So my report, and Mayor, I will definitely expedite it, is I'd love to say that on December 3rd, on the Healthy You that I do once a month on the first Wednesday at 1 o'clock, we highlighted disability awareness. For many people who are unaware, for a long time, our citizens and residents who are disabled did not have access to many things. And I want you to visualize for a moment crossing the street, going to the curb, and you cannot go up. You're just stuck right at the curb because there's no access. And that was happening all over this country until 1990. Back then, President Bush, they finally signed a complete bill for the 88-day rules, which means that now sidewalks have access for wheelchairs, for crutches. It makes a difference. Even now, when we look at computers and go to websites, there's actually an app that allows the screen to be you can hear better, the color can change. That's all because of those rules. So on Wednesday, December 3rd, I had Liz Remarkable, which is a nonprofit organization run by Jada Jefferson, and we talked a lot about those changes that impact our young people, individuals with autism, individuals all across our community that need assistance. So I just want to let everyone know on December 20th, we'll be holding a drive to give gifts to individuals with disabilities. So if you would like to make a donation, please feel free to do that. I can't go without saying this past Saturday, we had a fabulous time. Elder Affairs had a holiday party for our seniors. It was amazing. We danced, we celebrated, we had music, and I do want to thank a couple people who participated and assisted through volunteer work. I'd like to thank, of course, our Public Affairs Committee that really assisted us, the Steppers, our Super Soul Steppers, Coach T and his group, as well as Dress for Less, who they had a beautiful fashion show, and our volunteers, Arlays Carrion, Loretta Henderson, and Asia McMillan. Please save the date. It's already rolled out. Our magazine that goes out for our community has been mailed out. Please open your mail, and inside you're going to find a registration for the best business. This is the second time we're doing this. The Resident's Choice. You get to choose the best business in Miami Gardens. So please open that magazine and register the business you think is really doing a great job. Please save the date for February 21st. All you bikers out there, we are commemorating and doing a memorial for Bessie Stringfield. We're having a bike ride, so shine up your bike, wipe it off, and join me on February 21st. And guess what? For the first time in Miami Gardens, we are hosting, save the date, March 19th through the 21st, the first Boxing in the Gardens. If you are a fan, join me at Bunch Park, and we are just going to have a fabulous time. There's going to be boxing for all ages, and it's going to be fab. And the day would not go without me giving the health tip. During the holidays, taste, not feast, just so you keep your waistline right. Have a great holiday.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I won't be boxing, that's for sure. Councilman Leon.
Good evening again. Real quick, and Mr. Mayor, to the manager, as we look at the items that we talked about earlier today with the clean zone, can we start to put ourselves in a position to have some conversations with the FIFA Cup? Because there'll be a lot of people entering this city who, don't know the cultures of the United States. For some of them may not speak English who will be attending these games, but we want to make sure that we position ourselves to make sure that we're able to move them in and out to the stadium, and that we don't have issues that we saw during Copa America, especially since they announced the teams, and all of the teams seem to be quite active teams. So we want to make sure that we position ourselves for that.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah,
To
go ahead.
Councilman Leon, yes, and I was going to say the mayor serves on the
Yeah,
host
we've-
committee.
We've
So
we've
we're-
already
been
had
having
some
those
conversations in reference to it, so we will.
Yeah, so we might need to look at doing some things differently, like, I don't know, partnering with the commissioner's office again, getting some people out here to assist people that speak different languages, multiple languages, to be able to help them get to the stadium, back into their vehicles and get out of the stadium. And I seen some signs this weekend. I went over to Miami Beach, and Miami Beach was doing Art Basel. And so they had these new big residential only signs that we can probably look at purchasing to close off certain areas to keep the local traffic out. I mean, to keep tourism traffic out. And so they had those throughout their corridors, and it seemed to work pretty good also. So thank you. That's my report.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, I'm actually going to yield my report due to the sake of the mayor's State of the City address. But I do want to wish everyone a happy holiday and a prosperous new year, and may God bless and keep each of you as my prayers. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Before I start this State of the City address, I wanted to take this opportunity to say happy birthday to Kevin Brown, my chief of staff. Kevin turned 41 today. Kevin, stand up. Stand up, Kevin. We owe you 41 licks, brother. All right. As your mayor, it is with great pride and gratitude that I take this opportunity to reflect on the hard work we've accomplished collectively over the past year and share the state of the city with you. Since our incorporation 22 years ago, the City of Miami Gardens continues to be a community defined by stability, growth, and unwavering commitment to serving our residents. We are carrying out a vision that was shared by many, including our past leaders, supporters, and the residents of this community, and that is to be a thriving place of opportunity for everyone. Leaders like former Mayor Shirley Gibson, Oliver Gilbert III, and previous council members were brave enough to answer the call to service to build this city. Those of us on the dais now have the privilege of building upon that foundation and shaping this beautiful city we call home. It has been an honor to serve as a councilman for 8 years and your mayor for the past 5 years. I am pleased to report that in July, the Miami-Dade County Property Appraisers Office certified the city's taxable value at approximately $9.6 billion. This represents an increase of $865 million from the fiscal year 2025 taxable value of $8.7 billion. This growth includes $138 million from new construction, $174 million from the Community Redevelopment Agency, and $553 million from existing tangible property. The continued growth creates jobs, stimulates our economy, and increases property values, providing a significant benefit to our residents and enhancing the city's long-term fiscal health. Over 2,200 units of new residential housing have come online in the past 3 years in the city of Miami Gardens, along with the nearly 5 million square feet of light industrial commercial space anticipated to add over 4,500 jobs in the city. For every $1 of public investment that we have made in our city, we have generated $31 in private investment. That's a result of our city's administration's leadership and expertise. In September, the city passed a balanced operating budget of over $170 million, ensuring fiscal stability while delivering critical services to our community. I take great pride in saying, for the 13th consecutive year, we have kept our millage rate at 6.9363, and that means for the past 13 years, the city of Miami Gardens has not increased taxes. We are proud to maintain strong bond ratings such as AA with S&P Global, AA3 with Moody's Investment Services, and AA with Fitch Ratings, affirming our ability to manage resources wisely and plan appropriately for the future. As you know, we have the best charter officers in the county. I want to share my public appreciation to the leadership of our city manager, Cameron Benson, and his staff, to our renowned city attorney, Sonia Dickens, and her staff, and to City Clerk Mario Batali and his staff. We appreciate your support each and every day, and I value your commitment to the residents of this great city. The city of Miami Gardens continues to experience steady growth across the residential, commercial, and industrial sectors, supported by a dynamic pipeline of development projects valued at approximately $750 million in total construction. Last December, we broke ground on the $300 million project Derby Point Logistics Center, and this development will be home to Class A warehouse distribution buildings and will benefit the Lake Lucerne community by extending the Northwest 22nd Avenue right-of-way to improve north-south circulation in and out of this neighborhood. We are on track to develop our very own state-of-the-art performing arts center, which will be a hub for cultural and artistic performances and productions in our community. These opportunities are paving the way for economic security and upward mobility for our residents. Ongoing development strengthens our community by bringing new job opportunities, improved infrastructure, and it enhances our quality of life. These investments expand our local tax base, allowing us to invest more in our parks, public safety, infrastructure, and essential services, and development builds a stronger, more resilient community by supporting long-term economic growth and creating places where our residents can live, work, and thrive. Under our general obligation bond, we continue to make progress on the renovations and upgrades at our parks, enhancing green space and recreational facilities for all residents. We are approximately 79% completed with all of our general obligation bond projects, and this is a statement to our commitment to this community. Scott Park is currently under construction and is expected to open in early 2026. The park will create or feature a new community building, playground, basketball courts, baseball field, football practice areas, a community garden, and significant new parking areas. New pickleball courts are being constructed near Buccaneer Park in partnership with Miami-Dade County. These are currently under construction and expected to open in early 2026. A.J. King Park is in the permitting phase with permits nearing final approval. I'm happy to announce next week on December 16th at 3:30 p.m., we'll break ground on this project. In partnership with Miami-Dade County and the Orange Bowl Committee, a new artificial turf football field is under construction at Walt Frazier Park. This is expected to be open in January of 2026. And as you see, we are investing in parks and community programming and how essential it is to building a healthy, connected, and viral city. Our parks provide safe, accessible spaces for recreation and relaxation, improving the physical and mental well-being of residents of all ages. Community programs from youth sports to senior activities foster social engagement. It builds skills and create opportunities for families to spend meaningful time together. Most importantly, they ensure that every resident has a place to belong, grow, and feel proud of the community we all call home. The City of Miami Gardens remains a premier destination for world-class events and sports. From hosting multiple Super Bowl championships, our Jazz in the Gardens, the Miami Tennis Open, Formula One, and various concerts, to supporting our own local teams and attracting and hosting global events, brings significant value to the city, both in the short and the long terms. These events draw visitors from around the world, boosting our local businesses while showcasing Miami Gardens' unique culture and assets on the international stage. In 2026, we will once again be on the world stage for events such as the NCAA College Football Playoff National Championship Game and FIFA World Cup Soccer. These opportunities inspire community pride and unity, reminding us our city is a vibrant, forward-thinking destination with the capacity to shine globally. As we reflect on our accomplishments, I'd like to take this opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to fiscal responsibility, expand opportunities for residents, invest in our infrastructure, and prioritize the well-being of our community. Miami Gardens will remain a place where dreams are realized, opportunities flourish, and our community thrives. Promises made and promises kept. I would like to take this time to thank my colleagues on the council, my charter officers, and our staff who work diligently every day towards making this city a great place to live, work, and play. Thank you for your continued trust, your partnership, and your unwavering commitment to making Miami Gardens the remarkable place it is today. I am proud to report that the state of the city is strong, and together we will achieve even greater heights. So thank you again, and I wish every one of you a wonderful, happy holiday season, and God bless and continue to bless the city of Miami Gardens and its residents. Y'all clap. Let me hear you clap. Let me hear you clap. I made it. Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I just want the council to recognize the fact there's a report that has been attached to this agenda regarding ADUs. I know we had a chance to speak to each of you about that, but that report will be going forward. Outside of that, happy holidays to everyone. Great speech, Mayor. And now we'll turn it over to the renowned city attorney.
He always has to take a dig.
The renowned city attorney.
I don't have a formal report, but again, I'm happy to hear that the state of the city is good, but we knew that. I would even venture to say the state of the city is the best in Miami-Dade County.
It is.
Other than that, I wish everyone a happy holiday, New Year, and all that good stuff.
Mr. Clerk?
Hold on, Mario. Sonia, introduce Mario.
He is the master municipal city clerk, as he proved tonight.
Oh, wow. Now, I'm just appreciative to be here at the City of Miami Gardens. I thank the mayor, city council for your leadership. I appreciate these charter officers that I work with and also learn with, all the staff, and especially the legislative analysts. I appreciate you guys. Everything you guys do, we're helping out the mayor and council. Appreciate you guys and wish everybody a happy holidays.
All right, I need a motion to adjourn. It's been moved and seconded. Show this meeting adjourned.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.